Все, готовы?
Ну да.
Alright, well, hello there, Slacks.
Hello!
Thank you very much for doing this.
Yes, hello!
Well, first of all, how are you? How do you like the tournament so far?
Yeah, it's great. DreamLeague's always good. I think it's improved a lot since the last one. DreamLeague has already thrown a major once. It seems like they stepped up the scale a lot. I love the stage direction, the relaxed atmosphere, and the really good Dota from the teams.
Do you want more tournaments to be like this, or should DreamLeague be the one standing out?
I think DreamLeague has its own identity. Other tournaments trying to copy their style, although I've always been a proponent for having a Dota 2 doesn't have to be the most uptight, everyone have a tie-on thing, but this is really the heart and soul of DreamLeague. They've been doing it for a long time, so I don't think every tournament needs to be casual. In fact, it makes us look better if not all of them are. I sometimes like that, you know, very professional feel, but for DreamLeague, it works really well. So, yeah, I don't think they all have to be that way.
Do you think it's okay that it's a major, or should it be like out of the DPC system?
Oh, definitely out of the DPC. Anything that includes me in the broadcast is hyper unprofessional. Get it out. It should not be official. No, of course. Of course it has a place in the DPC, because guess what? It is Dota. DreamLeague's been around for 9 seasons. I mean, part of our community are the people that built up DreamLeague to what it is today, and it's a part of us, you know? There's people that love the game for its very analytical, difficult stuff that a lot of professionals like to talk about in depth and very dryly, but guess what? It's a video game, homie. There's a lot of people that have a lot of fun spamming and memeing, so we deserve to have all representatives of the community addressed.
A couple of years ago, you've been playing Omni Night by pressing the skills with your mouse button.
Yes.
And now you're the analyst on the major. So
yes.
Are you comfortable in the analyst role? Like, is that okay for you?
Well, I still press buttons. I still do that.
Oh,
I do
really?
not have hotkeys still, because hotkeys are for cowards. It's like in an anime when they're wearing weighted armor. The day I choose to actually set up hotkeys, I'll be better than everyone. But no, I mean, analyst is such a complicated word. Technically, I am a co-host, which means that what I say can be very stupid, and you shouldn't listen to me. But yeah, I mean, analyzing Dota, if you watch enough of it, you can get some kind of idea. Clearly, I am not the smartest or even qualified to have the job, but I mean, they let me do it, so it's hype. Sure.
How do you like working with Bulldog?
Hate him. God, I hate him. He's just an awful human being. The things that he says in that back room, you would not believe. I mean, all he says is, I hate my fans, I hate this game, I love League of Legends. He's a despicable human being.
Yeah, that sounds like him. I had a 1-hour-long interview with him like half a year ago.
He's vile.
Yeah.
He's a vile, vile creature. And he should be stopped by anyone that can.
Is it the same with Shiver?
Absolutely. Bulldog gets it from Shiver. She is the most toxic, hateful person I've ever met.
Are there any good people here? Matumbo only?
Oh, absolutely. Matumbo, he's a sweetheart. Sweet boy. Came in today and he brought me a cake just for being nice. No, of course, unfortunately, I am joking. All these people are wonderful. They always have been. It really sucks. Dota 2 needs a heel. They need someone that's a real piece of garbage that comes up and just rolls out a trench coat and talks a lot of ass to everybody. But we don't have one of those. Everybody loves each other, loves the game, loves the community. It's really boring, but what can you do?
It's still much better than the rest of the esport games, I think. I mean, Dota players still act weird sometimes. I mean, we have Arzik, for example, that does this stuff. Like, well, we outdrafted them. It was the easy game and stuff. Yeah. I can't imagine people from different games say something like that.
Of course, because they're boring. Because they have to be whoever they want. I mean, Blizzard makes you say whatever they want you to say. Everyone has to be so PC. Valve allows us to be who we are, gamers, which is not usually the most PC people in the world. Sometimes we're going to flame. Sometimes we're going to have fun. And guess what? That's why it's so successful. That's why Dota 2 is the best esport in the world. It's because it's actually representative of the audience that plays it. So, yeah. Sometimes we got real goofy characters. Well, guess what? We're all goofy because we're gamers anyway.
Is that why you chose Dota in the first place?
Chose Dota?
Yeah.
I didn't choose Dota, brother. Okay? This
Dota
happened
chose
to
you.
me. It did. I used to be a very handsome person. I had a full head of hair. I was sexy. I was living life. I was making money. And then Dota ruined everything. And in a way, that's beautiful too. Because I became who I really wanted to be on the inside.
So,
a techie spammer.
Are you happy with that? Is that
absolutely? Every day I dedicate myself to ruining pub games, incorrectly analyzing matches in Dota 2, and just generally spreading as much mad sadness as I can. And in the end of the day, before we all go to those pearly gates, that's we're really after, to make as many people frustrated in their free time as possible.
Yeah, it sounds like Dota. But what are the next steps for you in a more serious way?
Oh, sure.
What are you gonna do next? Like, aren't you tired of what are you doing right now?
I do have a very strange personality where when I feel like I'm succeeding at something, I do actually get bored with it.
Yeah.
I feel like life is constantly about finding new challenges and learning how to overcome them and learning new skills. So DreamLeague is really fun for me because I don't usually get to be on a panel position. There's great talented people that are. So this one's really fun. But when it comes to other stuff like building tournaments, I'm working on my own one right now, Midas Mode 2 again, where we're going to try to make it into a LAN, and just other back-of-house challenging stuff. Last TI, I worked a lot on like the backstage, making content, not being in front of a crowd so much, and I find that really rewarding. So the future for me is probably event development rather than event talent, and I find that to be fascinating and super rewarding as a serious answer.
So do you mean that we're gonna lose you as a co-host and a talent?
I hope so. I have been waiting so long for someone to replace me. Look, I'm gonna let you guys know something. This is not hard, what I do. It is actually super easy. Why won't someone replace me? I need my replacement. I've been waiting. We've had like the new Toby Wan as OD Pixel. The new Merlini is starting to be Lizard. Can someone please take the torch? Make content. Be annoying. I beg you. I want out. But yeah.
That was actually one of my questions, right?
Thank you. Get me out. Get me out of this hell. Continue.
Okay. Which qualities should a person have to be a replacement for you?
God, anything. I mean, I see all this flame on, Reddit and Twitter about how annoying I am and how awful. You can literally do it. Just do it. Just replace me. One day I really hope that I hear somebody that just says, I heard you on a broadcast, you're on a panel, all your predictions were wrong, you gave in 2K analysis, and that's what motivated me to replace you. Please, where are you? 6K tryhard player. Get out here and free me from this. I feel like the genie from Aladdin. I want to be out.
Half a year ago, you've said a different thing. Like, the things you do, they are actually very hard and you work a lot. So, okay.
I was just sucking up. I mean, that kid was lying. No, I mean, in all seriousness, no. It does take an investment. It does take time, but I can't say that what I do is hard because I love what I do. Anybody that actually really inherently loves everything that they do, it's tough, but it's a party. It's the best job in the world. So I would love to share that with anybody. So go out there and chase your dreams for people that want to do this and don't think that you're good enough. Take a leap. I mean, as long as you have a passion and you love it, even if it doesn't work out, even if it does, you'll have a great time trying. But
still, people see you as a person that just coming out to the stage and having fun. But can you give us a little bit of like behind the scenes of working as a Slacks?
Working? Oh, that's a difficult question. There's actually a decent amount of prep that goes into it because you have to kind of know what you're talking about. You have to have a passion for the game, a love of the game. You have to have a love of the fans and the people and everything about it. And one thing about the job is that you are never off. There's people that go and clock in 9 to 5 and then they get to go home and spend time with their families and turn off. I mean, there is no off in this kind of job. You wake up, you have to do things, you have to. Yeah, until you're sleeping. You never stop thinking, you never stop checking your social media, your contacts, your own agent, your own talent agency, your own everything. So, yeah, it's a drain, certainly, but and all the research, all the preparation, all the care. I mean, if you want to be successful, you have to do all that, and you have to make it, in my position, especially look like you do none of it after you do it, which is a complicated thing, but at the same time, I mean, it's just memes anyway. It's just easy, so... It's great.
I guess it might be hard to work with some of the Dota players because they're not really open people.
What are you talking about? They're gamers. It's very easy because we're the same people. I've never met a Dota pro player that I didn't like. I mean, we're all very similar. It's this thing that I tell people at the International why I love it so much is because it's like every time I sit down with anyone at TI, I can hold a conversation with them, and there's nowhere else in the world that I can do that easily because I know who we are as Dota people. We're very different from any subset of any other kind of gamers. You know, we like the punishment. We like the pain of Dota. We like to achieve these things that seem impossible. I haven't met a pro that I like. I haven't met a talent that I didn't like, because in the end, we're all just in it together. Except for Shiver. She's the devil. She's evil.
Bulldog.
And Bulldog.
Yeah.
Awful people. No, I'm kidding. They're the best. Some of my closest friends.
Okay.
I think.
What are the favorite players of yours to work with?
Woo! Favorite players to work with. I like guys that know how to have fun and be pros, and that's very...
Ice.
Yeah, actually. I mean, a lot of these people that ask me, like, oh, is this guy real tough nut behind the scenes? Is he really rude and stuff? Nah. I mean, even the guys who put themselves off with this tough guy atmosphere on the outside, I mean, they're just gamers, dude. They're great on the inside. So some of the nicest dudes in the scene are, you know, your Arteezes, your Flies, your No-Tails, even guys like Crit, even guys that seem super serious, your S4s. They're just a blast behind the scenes. They'll always say hello to you. They'll always give you a big smile, and never met anybody that was a real dick, except for Bulldog. I'm kidding.
We had a little argument in the CIS region about casters, like the fact that they are not supposed to criticize the players. But
Yeah.
what do you think? Can you, as an analyst, like not even you
I am
personally,
not-
but overall, like analyst, should they be able to say that this guy fucked up actually?
Sure. I mean, they can. They're probably going to be wrong because the players are better than them and better than they'll ever be. But at the same time, if you don't have enough confidence as yourself as an analyst to be able to tell right from wrong, you should probably look for a different career. I mean, because it is our job to convey to the audience, like, what people are doing and why they're doing it. And it's, as my papa used to say, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So there, you can go wrong and say, horrible item choice. Or you can say, you know, that item choice is very unique in this game. I don't quite know why he went for that, because he could have gone for ABC. And yeah, one is certainly more direct than the other, but is it a better way to do it? Probably not, because you don't learn that much information from that anyway. What does saying that guy messed up even convey? It's you're not doing your job right. But should you have the opportunity to do your job, I'm from America, baby. First Amendment, say whatever the hell you want. Sounds hype. So yes.
How do you choose the events you work for? Like, what are the main criteria for you?
Typically, I desperately beg anyone that is having an event to hire me. I send them letters, sometimes compromising photos, anything I can to get hired. I mean, I am not a high-value hire, sir. In fact, I bring down the esteem of many events. So that's what the process is typically like, a pathetic groveling, if you will.